it is. Time to stream. Hello. Wow. Wednesday. We are going to stream today, and today, hello, science. Today, the challenge is to see whether whether all my cameras will operate during the entire hour and a half long show. As you guys probably know, I set up 3 cameras. It's a while ago now, and I think it has okay, they're all working now. But yesterday, or I didn't stream yesterday, but Monday's show, all the cameras shut down at least once. All 3 of them, not at the same time. This one shut down 3 different times, and then another time this one kept working, and the other 2 Logitech cameras froze. And I'm like, well, that's not good, And I can do this thing where I click on the deactivate and activate button, and it usually brings it back after a couple seconds. But that is not ideal by any stretch. So, did I do anything? No, I didn't do a thing. No, I did a bunch of things. I did pretty much everything. I made some different ports, but most importantly, because I have 3 cameras in, and that's a lot of bandwidth of video information coming into one computer via USB at one time, including plus my digital audio mixers. That's another digital, full-time bulk transfer over USB, which is very hardcore. So I backed this camera here down from 1440 to 1080. So it's a little lower resolution, and I can tell, but you can't because you're 1080p max anyway. So I don't think it will be noticeable, particularly that I've changed it to 1080p. It's always been always looks kind of like this, really. And I think so now all 3 of my cameras are at the same resolution. They're all 1080p, but it's 310 instead of 2 1080p and one 1440. It's 3 1080p. That's gonna be the C of it. Let's see if it makes a difference. Now it didn't happen in the first half of my stream. It only happened when I started doing transitions in the music part of my stream. So, by the way, today is going to be a regular stream. What is that, you may ask? First of all, we'll have a Diet Coke. Cheers. We're gonna relax. We're gonna fly around. We're gonna do something. I don't know. I'm thinking about my gigantic flying boat. I don't know if people have seen that. I just was checking it out yesterday. Yesterday I was playing Flight Simulator anyway. Oh, good. We could have the double Diet Coke thing. Oh, that's some good stuff. You know. Anyway, I'm criticizing you because I'm imagining you drinking it directly from the can. But that's kind of a weird thing to assume of somebody. I think most people do. It's my theory. So tell me, are you drinking the Diet Coke directly from the can or from some other? I take the ice and I put it from the can into the glass, and I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? It tastes better that way. Okay, nice. You see, I think it's probably good for you. And I take back my criticism. There you go. Okay, so you're fully enjoying it right from the can. It's a really cheap experience. It's a ballpark experience, and then if you put it in a glass with some ice, it's a cocktail lounge experience. I don't know why, but oh, it's so much better. It's something about the ice opens up the flavor a little bit and gives you that local. All right, so I have this giant flying boat. Nigga at Ice. By the way, is anybody come and visit me on YouTube yet? They'll probably come in later. So today's first half of the stream will be flying around in the flying boat. What's kind of weather here? It's not too bad. I already tested out what I wanted to do here yesterday, and it seemed to work. So we're going to try it again. And we'll see how this goes. As usual, there might be, if this is a short flight, there might be something else we do. But the main reason I want to do this is because I want to put this on stream and then probably uninstall this. It's just such a special purpose piece of equipment. Now, the first thing I'm doing is not trying to cold start this plane. It has 6 engines and it has a huge control room for the engines. And I've tried to cold start it before. It's not going to happen. Well, it's still there's enough content that just having an auto start is plenty cool. You'll see. Okay, the second half of the stream is going to be guitar stream today. So the main thing is we'll be playing that new Killer song. And I'm going to do it multiple times because I'm learning it. I played that other Killer song, Human. Are we dancer? Human? Are we dancer? It's called Human, I think. Hundreds of times over years. But this song, I really only heard it for the first time. I'm pretty sure last week, so it's still new to me, which is fun because I get to learn a song that's really good that's new to me. But I need to practice it. I need to I have to play these songs about 100 times before I really feel comfortable, and I've got about 30 times now. 1945 to 1955 in the Laticore or whatever, flying boat. Now, back in the day, the flying boat was I'd like to say the epitome of luxury travel. It would never have taken off from a runway. There wouldn't have been runways long enough to handle it, but that's all right. We're fudging things a bit. It's okay. But you're going to see, I'm going to take you on a short tour. Sure, and then we're going to fly around in it. We will be able to start it up and take it off from the ground because I wasn't sure you could do it, and then I confirmed you could yesterday while I was playing around with this. 6 giant engines. It's really not meant for being on a runway. It doesn't have landing gear. It's meant for water operations. It was big in between 1935 and 1945. It's the largest flying boat. In the world, and it offered passenger service, regularly scheduled passenger service at various places throughout Europe. And this has been, you'll see here. We're going to take a quick peek on the inside. Because you can see how beautifully, well, a second when I get this thing, how beautiful they finished. There's a bathroom with a toilet there. There's a door, and you see all the paneling is really done with all these amazing inlays. I think they must have had photographs to go of a real a real boat. These also I think are convertible. These convert to beds because you typically be on there pretty long, and there obviously are bed places, sleeping berths, more like a train. And then you go all the way down here, and then there's like a lounge with a bar and places to drink and like a map of Europe and stuff like that. Really, really elaborate stuff. This is the inside of an airplane, all right? But it was more, back then, it would be more finished like a luxury cruise line would. It was like a luxury liner that flew. Okay, if we go up, all right, no, we gotta go back here. There's the second level, which is where all this gear is. You can see back here. This is where the engine room is here. There's 3 engines on this side, 3 engines on that side. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right, so and then you can see it's got these floats on either side that can retract and go down. Those are for landing on water. But during the air, you have them retract. We'll retract them. It's a plane. It's a boat. Hi, Edonia. Good to see you. Yeah, this is Hawaii, by the way. I want to fly this. We haven't flown it. I don't know if I've flown it. I've flown it one other time on stream. And it's wild. But it harkens from it today, and then I'm going to uninstall it because it's a huge piece of data that's stored inside my that every time I launch Flight Simulator. So I probably want to uninstall it. All right, let's take a look at the cockpit. It's basically from the 1940, designed in 1945. So this is pretty much state of the art 1945. Oh no, it also has this navigational add-on, which we don't need. By the way, what does it say on the stick-on here? This aircraft should be on water to take off. Yes, we are not doing. That's pretty obvious. But we don't have it. We're gonna take off on land. Now, we have a checklist here, and the good thing is that you can open doors, you can do things. We'll do this, but the most important thing is we're gonna start the engines using this. And watch. The cool thing is when they start up, when each engine starts up, you get that little bout of flame going out the bottom there, which is just I've only seen on this aircraft. They should all rotary engine craft should start up like that, but this is the only one I know that does this. So we get 6 engines to start. The thing is, it looks like we should be able to take off on that cradle, and I tried it, but that cradle is locked, and I don't know how to unlock it. So we're going to actually, you'll see, we're going to do something kind of silly looking. But we're actually going to take off from the ground. It seemed to work yesterday. We'll see if it works again today. It's a plane, it's a boat. It's back when people weren't sure. There weren't a lot of runways. People really weren't sure about the idea of landing. They would prefer to be landing on the water. You know what I mean? It would be more natural to them. And so flying boats were a big thing. Um, and but you know, once they're not that efficient because once you figure out how you can land on land. Alrighty, let's just move. So I'm pretty sure we could take off. But what we have to do is turn off the undercarriage. I know it looks funny, and then just blast the engines, and we're gonna take off like this. I was like, that's not gonna work, right? So we tried it yesterday. Give it a second. Maybe we have to have this on. And then we go like this. Yeah, maybe not. That's weird, because yesterday it let me take off. But I did kind of mess around here. Once we start going, it's interesting. Now, yesterday, by the way, I was in the same conditions, same runway too, exact same conditions. Hmm. That's full power. Once we had that, right? Okay, well, that's weird that it's not consistent this way. It's kind of funny. Literally, it stopped like this, and then it started going. All I did was full power, right? Interesting. Okay, and eventually, and it got off the runway, too, so... Flaps up? No. And there's no landing gear. Interesting. So I kind of got it to get some speed up. But it won't go fast on this. Right? Alright, we'll have to give up on that then. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I didn't think it would go either, and then it did. This was yesterday. Oh, by the way, how you doing? Ramadan, yes, Ramadan has started. I guess happy Ramadan to you. I'm not sure if, that's, I guess if that's appropriate to say, then sure. I don't know much about it, or any religion that much. But, I heard it's like Yom Kippur, it's more contemplative. Um, hmm. Let me try one more time. I can't think of anything else I did. The engine was on, general was on. All right, yeah, it's not gonna do it. Hmm. Okay. What can we do about that? I'm just gonna go on to the bed and cry. We're gonna have to do something else. It's really strange. It's really strange because I literally was doing this last night, yesterday around 5 p.m. and it took off on the ground like that. And then we could land on the water. It says you're not supposed to, and I'm like, yeah, you can't. I mean, I guess we could we could go on a water. We could take off the water here. Since we've already got the model loaded. Yeah, by the way, the second half of the stream will be a guitar stream today. There was no stream yesterday. I was pretty busy at work, so Tuesdays are going to be no stream days. But it's Wednesday today, so we're going to stream. And yes, we will find something mellow and fun to do. On Flight Simulator, and then I'm looking forward to playing guitar because I like, I got some songs I'm learning, and then I got some songs I want to just keep doing. But generally, we're going to do those killer songs. I don't know if Mistress Mord's coming today, but I'm going to clip it. If I do a good job, I'll do a clip it. But it could take me a couple weeks to really learn this song here that I'm trying to learn here. All right, we'll be in the air already, and then okay, we are engines on. That's a good thing. All right, we're on it anyway. That's where we would have taken off from. All right, we want to. All right, the floaters are up. Perfect. So we'll fly around Hawaii in this flying boat. Yeah, you can start it in the air. You can start it in the water. But yesterday I managed to do what I could not do today, which is successfully take it off from the runway without that carriage. It was definitely without the carriage. I was like, no, it's not going to go. And then, like, it went. And I'm like, well, it's not going to get enough speed to take off. And then it did. I'm like, I got to show you guys. And then it wouldn't do that today. I'm like, nope. All right, so the world famous Pearl Harbor right there. You can see it's got a pretty small passage out to the ocean. And then a lot of water space there. This makes for a good harbor for a military base. But yeah, you know how it is with I like the old planes. I like the way you kind of steer with that yoke thing. You know, mechanisms. Various things are just levers. And if you go back here, we can go back here. Okay, all the 6 engines. That's the co-pilot's thing. Trim is here. There's this is the navigator's table. This is the communications area. So this is where the communications officer would be. This is the other the engineering station. So the engineer would be back here. And there's 3 engine controls on which side. And 3 engine controls on the other side. So 6 engines total. It's a pretty complicated system. And it's possible to start it up, but it's very hard. Because you got to do a lot of things here. I mean, I think it's possible to start up. I had a lot of problems. So that's why we use the automatic startup system. Well, Hawaii always gives us a lovely backdrop, though, you know. But this is the international airport of Hawaii, Honolulu International. Quite busy. We took off, we tried to take off at that military airfield. But we're going to go check out Diamond Head. Let's see if we can get a little lower. What are we at, 3,000 feet? That's pretty low. I want to get to around 2,000. Nice thing, of course, they get a lot of glass, plenty of cockpit. Oh, by the way, there is a primitive autopilot here somewhere, like here, back here. Yeah, altitude hold mode. We don't need it, but it's kind of impressive that this plane would have had an autopilot, but it was designed for very long hauls. You'd be on board for hours and hours. So, yeah, you kind of need an autopilot. But that would have been very advanced for its day. But yeah, it's a boat. It handles like a boat. I mean, as compared to other aircraft, it responds very slowly and elegantly, I would say, to user input. It doesn't want to do anything very suddenly, and that's kind of reassuring, actually. So that's the Aloha Tower down there. It's a really kind of touristy place to go, where there's like markets and stuff, and the cruise ships come up there, and people go to the markets there at the Aloha Tower. And then basically there's just a big downtown area, and the hotels are kind of all along the front, this front part here, like the fancy resorts. This beach here. Ala Moana Residential Towers. Okay. The Hilton Hawaiian Resort. But there's many, many, many resorts here, up here too. This is the famous, kind of ahead is Waikiki Beach, which people might have heard of. There's a really famous pink hotel. I think it's up here. What's that one? Ritz-Carlton Residency. This one here. Hold on a second here. I think it's this one. Hold on a second here. We better bail out and take a look here. That's Hawaii. Oh, Honolulu specifically. Excuse me. So it's a smaller place, right? But it's a very famous pink facade, and this is I think it's a Hilton, but this is kind of one of the oldest, the original that's still there hotels, and yeah, it looks like that. It's the only one that's pink, so that's how you know. And that's kind of considered the prime location on the beach. What's it called again? The Royal Hawaiian. Yeah, I guess it's not Hilton. It's a Royal Hawaiian. Oh, let's get back on the ship. Let's get back on. Let's get back on. All right. Okay, that's a really famous place. And this whole beach here is always loaded with tourists and people, visitors of all kinds right here. And it's a great place to learn to surf because there's consistent but not huge waves. And then we're going to fly right over here to Diamond Head, which is a famous landmark, very volcanic crater, not a volcano anymore. Really, it used to be, like a couple million years ago. And that's like there's there used to be a railway to get up there, but now there's a path that goes over where they had a rail. It was like a observation area there. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool looking. You can see it's like an army base or something, or some army reserve base inside Diamond Head. There's a lighthouse. And yeah, Oahu is a pretty big island. Oahu is pretty big. I haven't been to, I went to Kauai last year, but I haven't been to Oahu in a long time. Okay, it's going to make a nice turn back up the coast here. Takes a while to turn it, but it gets there eventually. All right, well, once again, we cannot land on land, but there's no law that says we can't land right in front of all the hotels, as far as I know. There might be, but we're breaking it. All right, so we got to put our floats down, our ballonets. This is a French thing. If you look at the side of the wings there, those floats come down to stabilize the craft when it's on the water, which is kind of cool. All right, flaps down because we're gonna land. We're only a couple hundred feet. Oops. There we go. That's got a little sound when you touch down too. Not all the planes do that. It's a really good simulation. Continue, return. Water landings are always kind of a vibe, especially in something this gigantic. But I want to show you some of the tricks it can do here. So we're basically landing right where all these people... There'd be millions of people here, by the way. I mean, you can't simulate that. But this is a very... Basically, the most popular beach in Hawaii right there, technically speaking. Waikiki Beach. And one of the most famous in the world. It's always jammed with people. So they'd be going, look at that giant plane. All right. Watch what we're going to do here, just because we're going to fly something else. I just want to do this. I was doing this yesterday. I was like, well, this is fun. We'll do auto shutdown. So engines are off. Let those go down a bit. There they go. All right. So engines are off. Now we can click on all these things. We can show the national flag of France, by the way. But the cool thing is we can open the doors. And you can watch how these doors open. There's 4 doors. One's in the front there. There's one's in the top. There's one in the side that folds down with those ladders. You'll see where those come into play. And there's one in the back there. Then, so we could tow with the tugboat. So we can get up a little tugboat. It can actually move. It can actually move us. So we can go. Speed of the tugboat, and then direction, make the tug turn right, make it go left, make it stop so we can tug, get in a little closer to the beach there, which is pretty cool. I mean, or you could line yourself up for a takeoff, because we couldn't take off in this position. We'd have to kind of point ourselves in that direction. So that's the tugboat, which is pretty cool. But even better than that is we have a deck, and it's this kind of floating dock, they call it, or I guess you call it that. So it's a floating dock, and it's built so that you could get off on board there. And then it's got the covers on it, which I think are pretty cool. These covers on the engines, and then the doors are open. So let's see if we can do this here. Oops, move a little back. So this is what it looked like. Hey, can we put our flaps up? Hold on a second. Are they going to come up, though? Because we're not powered. Oh, they are coming up. Cool. All right, flaps up. So this is what it would look like from the dock. And you can see it's just, I think you get a great feeling for all the detailing, especially, and the work they did like on getting the textures right. We can go in here again. Go in here and get, oops. It's look around. Why is there water in here? Go in the, check the, go down check that the bar, it's just a vibe, I think. Then you can come out here and you can see, oops. This is where you'd go in and out, probably right through the front. Probably one of the primary ways of getting in and out. Maybe not, maybe through the side. And then this one here has the ladder. And it lines up with this kind of stuff really gets me excited. And by the way, this is the last time we're going to see this on this stream for a while, because I'm uninstalling this particular content, all this stuff, just because, it has a limited appeal to me and to anybody. I mean, I enjoy seeing it. And I enjoy having it. It wasn't that a super expensive DLC. It was one of the less expensive ones in some ways. But I'm certainly impressed by the amount of work they put into modeling things like how all these doors opened. Just and in that little door there, I never noticed there's like a bed in there, and it has its own door. I think it'd be for cargo. I don't know. All right. Well, we're gonna do another short. Exactly. It's just I'm just removing it from my current list of content, so I'm gonna be doing that later. But I'm not unbuying it. I have I have like 40 craft that I don't have, if I try to have them all in my system, it just takes like 20 minutes to boot up. It really causes it to not want to slow down. So I don't want to have all this big content there if I'm not going to use it. And the same is true, that's one of the biggest ones, because you can see all those details. Not all the planes have incredible number of details like that. Okay, we're gonna do something kind of opposite of this and somewhere else. We got like 15 minutes of flight simulator content I want to do. So we'll travel the other side of the world. I don't know. Oh, by the way, the content that I did install is well. Here's one. Because somebody asked about it. You know, as you know, I have some Norwegian fans. I don't know if they're here today, but somebody asked me, you know, or you know, if I have any Swedish planes, and okay, I have a couple. One of the ones I had not installed, I had uninstalled. It was the Griffin. The Griffin is the Gripen, which is a and I'll have these really intense number of cool liveries. So I just wanted to bring it up again. It's a Swedish-made fighter, multi-role fighter craft. And they call it a Griffin here, but I'm pretty sure it's. Oh, let's do the Ukrainian Air Force. Why not? So that's the one. That's one I installed, and that's why I'm going to uninstall. In order to kind of keep things at parity, I'm uninstalling that Leticor flying boat. That's the last flight. The last flight of the flying boat. Diet Coke. But you know, I just like looking for something a little different. I just want to. So I had uninstalled this yesterday. I reinstalled it. I just want to do a little checkout flight because we don't have a lot of time really. I want to play some guitar, just so that I can kind of reacquaint myself. Because I think I uninstalled it like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe more. But you know, people who are like, yeah, you know, we're from Scandinavia. We want to see Scandinavian content. I'm like, okay. You know, it's a preference. The operate from snow-covered landing strips of only 1,600 feet. That'd be landing in 1,600 feet? Taking off in 1,600 feet is not a big deal. Minimizing aircraft maintenance. Well, so far none of my cameras have crashed, but as I mentioned, Frozen. You know, technically, that didn't happen until the music segment when I'm using all 3 cameras at the same time. So we'll have to see what happens. That's the other thing I want to get to about the music segment because I want to see if I actually fixed this recent issue with the cameras freezing up. Oh, it's raining. Awesome. I love it. You know, we can wave a magic wand. Well, let's at least change it to daytime. Can you imagine?
Scandinavian Tree 77 heavy contact Oslo approach on 129er.
Like daytime maybe. It's still. I don't care. Nasty weather. Should we make it? Yeah. No. Let's leave it. For now, we're gonna leave it the rain. But as you know, we can push that magic button and make it the sunniest sunny day you've ever seen in your entire life. But yeah, this kind of gray camouflage in gray weather. You can imagine how hard it would be to see this from the air or from the ground, from that particular kind of camouflage. Afterburners on. Also, you know, better effect for afterburners when. Little jerky, not too bad. All right, gear up. And then we're just gonna head up. This is daytime. The second one's gonna be blue sky. And there we go. Look at that. It's interesting how they model these multi-level thunderclouds. Like there's a low-level cloud, and then by the way, I think Kjeller Airport is where we took off last time. Isn't that the one that's near Trondheim? But yeah, sometimes the weather effects are so dramatic, you don't want to turn them on. Auto throttle, leave it on. But I gotta say, you know, for Microsoft Flight Simulator also does the best cloud effects I've ever seen. Yeah, I was expecting to see blue sky, but we got another layer of cloud to go up. We're gonna do. Probably like 20,000 feet. There's no way there could be clouds that tall. Showing what our Mach is, you know, nowhere near. Wondering what the high level cloud layer is. About 24,000 feet. Is this person talking to me, by the way? No. 29,000 feet and we haven't hit the top of the clouds yet? Is that possible? 32,000 feet. There you go. Blue sky. There you go. I'm impressed that clouds get that high, but it must be a pretty major, you know, storm. Not storm, but just a lot of, just overtakes a lot of, you know, a low pressure zone. All right, 36,000 feet. Wow, we're up there. All right, where we're gonna land? Then we're gonna do some. We'll do some. We're gonna play the guitar. I'm gonna play the guitar. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. That's where we took off from. Weather was bad there. That's Oslo. Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't think I'm going to land. I don't think I'm going to find a place that I'm interested in landing. We're not really in a part of the world with a lot of airports. I mean, that is what it is. We're not really that close to anything in Scandinavia, except where we took off from, which is kind of in the middle. It's further south. There's a lot of stuff. You know, Denmark and everything. That's northern Denmark, but we're quite a ways north of anything of interest. Well, it's fun. I'm having a good time flying around. Not really doing much of anything. Of course, we normally do those low-level flights. This is kind of contrasting to the normals, but why not? Something a little different, less interesting. You know, we have real uninteresting streams. It makes the other streams look much more interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here, you know, I'm not here to entertain you. Cheers, by the way. Did I copy? Wait, are you talking to me? Did I copy? No, they're not talking to me. They're talking to Scandinavian 320. That is what we took off from No, it's not. ENRY. All right, let's land there. I do like landing, so, you know. ENRY.
Right tower KNSH 9er is 1 flight miles northeast, flight level 380 with India to land.
IFR. Means it's bad weather. Yeah, we'll land there anyway. What are they gonna do? Let's get some new altitude. Is that right there, by the way? Is that the speed barrier? Yeah, we just it made that crack when we broke the speed of sound. That's pretty cool. I did not know this plane had that feature. Had this, and some of them have like a Mach band, but we are going faster than the speed of sound right now. And then the rest of this is going to be hair-raisingly, see that band there? Hair-raisingly IFR'd, meaning we won't be able to see anything. Gears down, flaps are down. Not gonna be able to see the runway till the absolute last second either. I have a feeling. Yeah, we may hit the ground. It'll be fun to see. Actually, the best display is this lower left one, because even though it's dark out, yep, there we go. Kind of see the runway. We're going way too fast, but hey, at least we spy, you know, at least we see the runway. It's pretty long. Maybe we'll be able to slow down enough. I think there are speed brakes. Right. There's supposed to be reversers. Yeah, it does have reversers. Okay, I think they fixed the reversers. By the way, there was an update to the program. Oh, we had plenty of room. Last time I tried to use reversers on a plane, it wouldn't let me, and I believe they were in the process of fixing that. So I believe the reversers are working now. That's good, because this plane had reversers. We wouldn't be able to stop without the reversers. Are like this. Okay, you go this, and then you click and hold, and they should go in reverse mode. Oh, I didn't even go full reversers. Oh, no wonder it was having a while. Having problems stopping. But when you go into reverser, the cool thing is, wait. Okay, reverse mode. These front canards go into like this mode where it pushes the front down and also acts as a speed brake. That's pretty cool. So that's the Griffin for you, the Griffin. All right, that was interesting. We're going to fly this again, I think, tomorrow. Now that I kind of have checked it out and I kind of have some idea of what's going on there. By the way, can we open these? I don't care that it's raining. I still want to open it. Yeah, I should get used to some of these controls while I'm in here and it's running. Typically, I believe the cabin. Okay, external tanks supposed to be entry, fuel on. I thought it's up here. I think there is a way to open it, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. AP on? It's, gosh, it's kind of, I was under here. Maybe it's on this side? Is it this thing? Don't fuel. No. Throttle. It's not up there. Maybe they don't, maybe it doesn't open. Some of these don't. Canopies. Smoke. I thought it did. Oh, canopy jettison. Voila, it's just hard to see. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Now we're getting rained on. I don't care. That's like opening the canopy. Can we jettison the canopy? Yeah, see, that canopy got jettisoned. I love it. You only do that once. You can't undo that, by the way. Closed canopy, but I jettisoned it. Did I need to jettison? Also, can you do this one doesn't have a working ejection seat, right? Armed, right? Now can you eject? It should be from up here, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's working ejection seats in the game. Huh. Okay, that's fine. It would be this level here. All right. That's fine. Okay. I keep saying okay. We're going to switch over to the guitar. Give me just a few minutes to switch over, and then I'm going to play guitar for about 40, 45 minutes, and then I'm going to get back to work. So that'll be in a Wednesday stream. Interesting stuff. Okay. worked. All right, so this camera here, I'm like still kind of getting my cameras all set up, which is fine. Do this one like maybe like that. How's that? How's that one? Not too bad. All right, so what we've determined so far is that all 3 cameras are currently working. Now, last time we had multiple instances where just doing this transitions thing where it changes fades to a different scene every 8 seconds or 9 seconds. 1 or more of the cameras would freeze, which is embarrassing, and I'm not down with that, so I had to stop. People were like, "Hey, your camera's froze," so I have changed things around. I have changed things around since then. So let's see how that goes. Must be your skin, I'm sinking in. Must be for real, I can feel. I didn't mind, it's not my kind. It's not my time to wonder why. Everything goes white and everything's gray. Now you're here, now you're away. I don't want this. Remember that I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine. Never alone, I'm alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel where everyone steals, but when we rise it's like strawberry fields. If I treated you bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine. Glycerine. Needed you more, but I wanted us less. Well, could not kiss, just regress. It might just be you're simple and plain. Well, that's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. Well, should have been easier on you. I couldn't change the one I wanted to. Well, should have been easier but our old friends fear and you and me. Glycerine. So yeah, I've been learning this not new to me, killer song. It's called Spaceman Mistress Mort asked me that I learn it. And I need to get the hold on a second here. I just need to get the I'm gonna do it twice. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna play some more songs. I'm gonna do it at the end because I need to do this, practice the song multiple times. I'm getting it down. Started with a low light. The next thing I knew, they ripped me from my bed. Then they took my blood type. A strange impression in my head, and I was hoping I could leave this star-crossed world behind. Then they cut me open. I guess I changed my mind, and you know I might have gone too far from the floor this time. They're calling me by my name, and they're calling the point beams discarding bombs and satellites. That was a turning point. What a lonely night. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Home now. There's more to this life I live. You know it's gonna haunt me. Hesitation to this life I give. Think you might cross over. Caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Better look it over. Before you make that leap, and you know, I'm fine. Did I hear those voices at night? Sometime they justify my claim, and the public don't dwell on my transmission, 'cause it wasn't televised. That was the turning point. Oh, what a lonely night. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Dream stories doesn't make you mad. This man says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. I'm losing. Hold on a second here. Hold on one second. I can get back where I'm going here. Dreammaker says it ain't so bad. I got the tempo. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Dreammaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. My global position systems are vocally addressed. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. I'm blind, but I hear those voices at night. Sometimes Dreammaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker says it make you mad. This man says everybody look down in your mind. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. This man says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. You probably heard, like me, the first time you heard that song, or listened to The Killer Spaceman on YouTube. It's a great song. First time I heard it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But it catches up with you, and then you're like, okay. I'm going to play that song once again at the end of the show, which is going to happen in about 25 minutes. But meanwhile, we'll play other songs. Oh, Diet Coke. Cheers. Ooh. By the way, the guitar I'm playing today is the same one I played in the past two guitar streams. Normally, I switch the guitar up every single time for my 16 guitar collection, or at least one of my 10 electric guitars. But I'm having such a good time playing this Telecaster, but it's the only Telecaster I got. It's got some unique features compared to any of my other guitars. I restrung it a couple days ago. It sounded really good, so I'm going to stick with it for at least one more stream. So. Yeah, it's a good sounding guitar. Check my tune now. Thank you, by the way. Somebody whose name I can't even close to pronounce because their name is, I believe, in Cyrillic. And I don't read Cyrillic, but their name isn't Cyrillic. It could be Greek, but I'm pretty sure that's Cyrillic. It's in the Greekers. I have my trouble with those too, when they're capital letters. It's no problem. You have to say something every time. It's nice that you're here. So far, by the way, the score is all three cameras 100% working during the entire music stream. So if all three cameras finish the end of the stream and none of the three cameras have frozen, this will be the best stream. Not really. Well, again, I kind of plug some of the USB things into different USB outlets. Some of my USB outlets may be less reliable than other. You get a bunch of them on the back of the computer. Hold on, let me try to talk to you while I'm doing this. Some of the USB outlets are going to be more reliable, I think, than others. But the most important thing is this camera here, the one I'm looking at here, I'm pointing my finger at. It's a 4K camera. It could do up to 4K, but I had it set at 1440, which is less than 4K, but still 3 cameras at the same time, 2 HD cameras and one 1440, which is twice as much bandwidth as an HD camera, as regular HD. So I bumped it down one more level to HD. So my camera is a little soft, my main camera, but it's not. That's not necessarily a bad level. And I think that did it. I think it's just too much bandwidth with all 3 cameras, because it wasn't happening until I tried to effectively also be broadcasting at the same time. And I have 4 high-speed data transfer devices, 3 cameras, and my mixer, which is 48 kilohertz stereo, 16 bits per second, 16 bits per sample. 2 channels, and it's constantly sending data. So I'm running. It's not the program. It's the drivers. But the point is, I knew it was something to do with just the overall health of the system, because it wasn't just one of the cameras. First, this one died 3 times. This one here, my main camera, and then this one. Both my Logitech cameras froze at a different time. But the main camera was this camera who was going. So it was not any specific camera. I'm pretty sure it's the overall bit rate. It's not the bit rate of any one of my cameras. I could hook up one of my camera, and it could be a 4K camera. I could hook up 2 cameras, and I could do them both at 1440. It's just a mathematical thing. But 3 cameras, now I have to back all of them down to 1080. I think there's one number that you can't miss when you and it's the maximum number of video rate samples Because even while you're not looking at these cameras, when I'm on my other thing, they're all sending back a stream of information all the time when I'm on stream. All three, you can see all three cameras are going. It's a lot. By the way, I was giving this little speech to myself in the bathroom the other day. How many stream? I don't know how you're familiar with Twitch streamers, but you'll find there's about at least multiple possibilities. There's plenty of streamers who don't have a camera at all, or who have one camera. In fact, I would say 60% of streamers either have no camera or one camera. That's very typical. Two camera setups are often pretty rare. They're usually used by e-girls who want to show their butt at the same time they're showing their front, you know what I'm saying? Or I've seen some gamers who have an inset of their face and the game camera, and then they also have a camera at the looking at the keyboard, right? So they got two cameras and a game window. That's two cameras. Now I got three cameras. I'm in the top 1% of weirdos who have more than two cameras. I guarantee you. Very few people try to broadcast with three cameras hooked up to the same thing, but I don't care. If it works, it works. And I like it, you know? And if it doesn't work, we'll go back to two, but I'm going to keep trying to make it work at three. As far as I know, the only other people who I've seen, and this is where I got the idea, the only other people I've seen who do three cameras are music streamers. The big music streamers will use three cameras, and they'll have this similar thing. They'll have one on the instrument, and they'll have two pointing at their face, which is where I got this idea from watching other music streamers. But I've never seen anyone music streamers do this kind of thing where you have transitions and you're using three cameras. Interesting. Yeah, so far so good. All the cameras have done what they're supposed to do, and you know, I'm never going to get the perfect combination of quality and reliability, because what I was trying to do was get higher quality when I reduced the reliability. Now I've gone the slight. It's not going to be that noticeable, I don't think, to anybody else, but to me, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll be able to get a better computer and I'll be able to do all three cameras at a higher resolution, because all of them can do 4K, except for the stream cam can only do 1K. But the other cameras are both 4K, and they're running well less than that. I want to do a song I need some lyrics for. Days when the rain came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fall when our hearts are thumping and you, brown-eyed girl, you my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to Tuesdays and so slow, going down to your mind with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind the rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, brown-eyed girl. You my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. So hard to find my way, now that I'm on my own. Saw you just the other day, my how you have grown. Catch my memory back there, Lord. Only something I'm good wishing about you. Making love in the green, green grass behind the stadium with you, brown-eyed girl. You my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la Van Morrison, why not? All walls, I don't think I'm gonna see if I have these memorized. Walls are built up, stone by stone. Fields are divided one by one. And the train conductor says, take a break. Driver 8, take a break. We can't on the ship too long. And the train conductor says, take a break. Driver 8, take a break. We've been on this shift too long. Still ways away. On a treehouse on the outskirts of the farm. Power lines have loaded so the airplanes won't get snagged. Bells are ringing through the town again. Children look up, oh, they hear our sky blue bells ringing. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver 8, take a break. We've been on this shift too long, still ways away. Way to shield the hated heat, way to put myself to sleep, way to shield the hated heat, way to put myself, my children to sleep. Under the sun, she is selling faith on the go till crusade. Locomotive 8, Southern Crescent, hear the bells ring again. This field to wheat is looking thin. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver rate. Driver rate, take a break. We can reach our destination. And the train conductor says, take a break, driver rate. Driver rate, take a break. We can reach our destination. Still a ways away. All the cameras are still going. Yay. All right. I'm going to do my... Wait, we're going to do this one here first. We'll do this other The Killer song. We'll do the 2 Killer song. We did the first one that I'm learning, Spaceman. We're going to do the Human because I want to keep it up. Better have the lyrics up because I don't trust myself. You know, I always think I've got to memorize, and then. All right, I like this song too. All right, I'm gonna play a little last. Running low on Diet Coke, not too bad, but you know. I mean, there's more in the fridge, but that's for tomorrow. Did my best to notice. The call came down the line, up to the platform of surrender. I was brought, but I was kind. Sometimes I get nervous. Did I see an open door? Oh yeah. Close your eyes, clear your heart. You gotta cut the cord. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital, my hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Respects to grace and virtue. Send my condolences to good. Give my regards to soul and romance. They always did the best they could. And so long to devotion. You taught me everything I know. Wave goodbye, wish me well. You gotta let me go. Are we human? Dancer. My sign is vital. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Will your sister be alright when you dream of home tonight? There's no message we're receiving. Let me know, is your heart still beating? Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Are we human? Are we dancer? It's kind of the way I do that song. Okay, then we're gonna also do this new song. Not new; it's old. It's from 1986, but new to me, and I haven't learned it before. It's a great song. Thanks to Mistress Mord for suggesting this. Anybody else has any of the killer songs that they want me to play? I mean, even as long as they're good, and somebody really likes them, I will learn any of the Killer songs. Admittedly, those are not That was a couched. I will learn any. Started with a low light. Next thing I knew, they ripped me from my bed. Then they took my blood type. Left a strange impression in my head. Know that I was hoping that I could leave this star-crossed world behind. Then they cut me open. Guess that changed my mind. And you know, I might have just flown too far from the floor this time. 'Cause they're calling me by my name. And the zipping white light beams disregarding bombs and satellites. That was the turning point. That was one lonely night. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Now I'm back at home and I'm looking forward to this life I live. You know it's gonna haunt me. So hesitation to this life I give. Think you might cross over. You're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. You better look it over before you make that leap. And you know I'm fine, but I hear those voices at night sometimes to justify my claim. And the public don't dwell on my transmission, 'cause it wasn't televised. But it was a turning point. Oh, what a lonely night. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. It's the middle age. My global position systems are vocally addressed. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. I am fine, but I hear those voices at night sometimes. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Starmaker says it ain't so bad. Dreammaker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. All in my mind. I'm still working on it. All right, I'm working on this song. That's the fourth. That's only the second time I played it on stream. That's only the fourth time I've actually played the song on stream. Now I played it off stream because I'm learning it, right? So it's starting to sound good, but I'm gonna play it again in regular rotation, and it's gonna get really sharper, and I'm gonna be like memorizing the lyrics, but because I haven't quite memorized the lyrics, I'm still a little every now and then. I'm a little. It's a tricky. It's very simple in many ways. Started with a low light. Next thing you knew, it left me off my bed. Then I took my blood type. Made a strange impression in my head. Turning it over. 'cause it ain't so bad. Dreaming is gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody move down. Turn in your mind. It's just it's a catchy little song there. Catchy song. Okay, so what's going to happen now? It's been an hour and a half. I usually don't, I would like to go more, but given that I'm taking a break from work and I do have to get back to it, or I'd like to get back to it, and I will do an additional stream tomorrow, the day after, etc. The only days a week I'm not, the next 6 days until Tuesday. And, I'm just going to be playing Flight Simulator next time. And a little the keyboards, so alternating the keyboards, and then I'll be picking up this guitar or some guitar. I'm gonna definitely switch guitar in 2 days. That'll be the Friday stream, and I'll have a different guitar, but we'll do the same songs. That's the easy thing I can change every time. Okay, so here's get ready for the outro. Okay, if you know what's happening, you can already leave. You know what I mean? Because I did it yesterday. Oh, this is the time of the show where I like to say my show is a lot like the Carol Burnett show. You're ready, except instead of a bunch of people I've never heard of, including Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, Lyle Wagner, and the incomparable Vicki Lawrence. You get none of those people. You also do not get Carol Burnett, but you do get me doing this little performance here. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Carol Burnett, B-U-R-N-E-T-T. B-U-R, here, I'll spell it here for you there. You can find it online, YouTube. It's from the 70s. Yeah, it's you can Google it. You can find it. She's on Freevee. Her old shows are on Freevee. There's some of the shows are on Paramount Plus, but they're the ones that have been cut down. They were really an hour show and included musical segments. And then there's a version that came out where they cut all the musical segments out and cut it down to a half an hour of just the comedy segments, which is not a great idea because the comedy segments were not the best part of the show. But they also have I watched at the ending, and when she did the little thing, they have a full orchestral accompaniment when she sings, "I'm so glad we had this time together." But she sings it every time, and they have this big band accompaniment, and that's her closing. So I mean, I'm like, it's a great. I always thought that was a great way to close. Just sing a stupid little song at the end, and then everybody knows you're the same one too. Don't make any variation there, All right, anyway, I do have to go, but that was fun. Yeah, check out Carol Burnett. It did not age well, but you could see from the 70s. We thought this was just the funniest thing we'd ever saw in our life. When I was a kid in the 70s. So that's why it stuck with me all this time. And she did pretty well by it. She was pretty famous at the time. And in fact, those people I mentioned, Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, Lyle Wagner, and Vicki Lawrence, all were pretty famous at the time, and they had movie roles and things like that, and comedy movies and stuff like that. So they got pretty famous from doing the Carol Burnett show. I'll see you guys all next time. Here's my little ending screen. Bye.